Alright, I guess I'm gonna start this video, even though I look like shit. Absolute utter shit. Okay. Where do I start? I'm just gonna do part videos. So, I guess I'm gonna talk about myself, and then I will talk about other stuff in between, mostly how conversations go. So, I was born in Monroe, Michigan. My mom is Jessica and my dad is Barry. I got his last name, which my brother also got his last name, and we are his first kids. And then he had three other kids with somebody else after him and my mom broke up. Not sure when they broke up exactly, but I have uh, a half brother related by marriage. His name's Jonathan. He's about 21 now. And then there's Emily, Natalie, Ashley, which are my dad's blood kids, and they are my half siblings related by blood. Um, and then there's Brian, which is my mom's other son, and I'm related to him by blood, but he has a different dad. um, I'm telling you about my life just so that you can see the person that I am and the person I've become because of it. Um, let's see where to start. Um, I lived in a bunch of states that I can't remember. I remember I lived in Indiana and I lived in Ohio. That's that's all I remember. And Michigan. Um, my dad used to like me before, and he grew to be hateful and a horrible person. And I think it mostly had to do with the drugs that he was on. Not sure what kind of drugs at the time because I was a child, and I only remember him taking pills or snorting pills, not taking pills. He probably started with taking pills, but then he started to snort them because he felt he would be more high, which I think that's how it works is you get more high if you crush them up and snort them. I'm not really sure. I've never done drugs myself because what's the point? Sorry, I got acid reflux. Oh, oh. Um, yeah, so we lived in Indiana in a trailer park called Camelot Manor. That's as much as I can remember. Um, I lived there for a couple years, like maybe 9 to 12, and then after that, it's sort of blur. My dad's been arrested a couple times and wanted in many states, and um, one time when he was arrested, sorry, my nose itches. I was sent to live with my grandma because I guess Kathy, my evil stepmom, could not handle me. Um, in between those times, um, started at like age 12, my dad started hitting me, and it sucked because dads aren't supposed to do that. Like, yeah, punish your child, but don't punch them in the back or slap them across the room or push them down the stairs. All examples of what happened. Um, I would say one wrong thing, and he would bite his lip, and just that face just scared me because he had like a gap in his tooth, like right here in the middle, and he just shake his head and make that evil grin of his, and he would just hit me. And then he'd say sorry for the first few times he did it and try and make it up to me by bribing me with something and say he'll make it up to me. And then after that, he just did it as it was like a normal thing. Like, you're supposed to do that. No. If I was actually if I was actually a bad kid, then I should have been spanked or put in a corner or grounded. You know what? I was grounded. Because by the time we moved to Ohio, I was grounded. I'm not sure for what exactly. Like, it was small things. Like, I didn't clean up my siblings' rooms, or I didn't clean up the entire house, or I didn't watch the kids correctly, or I watched some TV, some stupid shit like that. But when we moved to Ohio, um, I didn't have any toys. I was maybe 10 or 12. I didn't have any toys, like Barbies. I was into Monster High back then because they were so cool, and they can sit like a normal person. You can bend their arms and stuff, make them do silly poses. Um, and I was really into Monster High. Like every girl has Monster High. I'm just saying if my boyfriend is awake. um, but no, all I had in my room was a bed. Like it's one of those bunk beds, but it's just the top bunk that's there, and then I had a desk with nothing on it. I had a built-in shelf in in the wall, and nothing was on it. Um, I had a TV, but it was unplugged. Um, I would get in trouble if I was playing with any toys, and I was just miserable as a kid. I just felt like I'd rather be anywhere else. I'd rather go to school. But once school ended, I would just walk slowly home and just talk normally with my friends. No one knew what was happening at home because he was my dad and I didn't want him to get in trouble. Back then, I loved him. I did. But I learned slowly that he didn't deserve it. He was just a horrible person. My brother Jason, he wasn't with me at the time, but he would visit and he would know what happened and report back to my mom. My mom was living with my brother Brian's dad, Boo Boo, aka Robert, and my dad would absolutely love Jason. He never laid a hand on Jason. And Jason would hang out with Jonathan. He would be able to watch TV, play video games, and, normal kid stuff. He would be able to go out whenever he wanted. I was only able to go out when I was done cleaning the house or done with everything that they needed me to do. Like in Indiana, I was 9 then. I would be told, do this. And I'm like, after I'm done with this, can I go outside? And they'd be like, yeah. And I was like, okay. So I hurry up. I did my absolute best. Made sure everything was perfect. And then to go outside and hang out with my friends. Me and my friends, it would be the most fun time. I didn't want to go back inside. But, it got dark and my friends had to go. And curfews. That was the worst. I can't remember my one friend's name. She was a bit older. She was like a couple years older. But then I had another friend named Brian. He was my first kiss. He was also 9. He was in my grade. But I told him that, well, we dated for a couple days, and then I said that I just wasn't interested. I feel so bad, but I was just 9. I didn't understand relationships then, but he was my first kiss, and I guess my first boyfriend. Um, then there was Carlos. He was a bit younger than us, and he kind of looked up to us older kids. And then there was Billy. Billy was an older guy that I had a crush on. He was also a bit older, um, just like the other girl. And then I had a best friend. Her name was Ava Dutcher. I should have said her last name. I'm so sorry, Ava. Actually, I found her on Facebook. I haven't seen her since I moved away, and I'm not even sure when that was. But she was in gymnastics a lot. Her mom was really strict about um, gymnastics and stuff. And so Ava taught me a few things that she did in gymnastics, like a back bend or a somersault. I tried to do a cartwheel, but I never succeeded at that. Um, yeah, it was pretty fun. I feel like I told Ava's mom exactly what happened over at the trailer when my dad would be upset with me. I don't know if that was a dream or not, but I swear I told her. But I don't remember anything happening. I just remember my dad hit me and I ran out of the trailer and I went to Ava's house. I told her mom um, that I didn't want to go back. But of course, I think I did for some reason. And Ava's mom was like, "You don't have to go. I can call the police right now." I'm like, no, it's fine. I was just overreacting. But I don't know if that was real. I feel like that was a dream that happened because I don't know. I missed that trailer park, by the way. Changing subject. I missed that trailer park. Like, I want to go back. It's not that far from me. I don't think. It's like a couple hours. Same as Michigan. um, um, yeah. Ohio. I had another friend, that I had just across the street. She had so many Monster High dolls, and I would spend the night over there all the time, and it would just be a sigh of relief. Like, so don't want to go back. Like, it is such an awesome thing to be in a normal household with parents that give you a strict talking to or strict grounding. It's like, I don't want to go back. I seriously don't. But of course I had to. Um, oh, there was this one time, my evil stepmom, Kathy, um, she caught me sneaking Oreos. Like, I was in the mood for a snack. And I clean the house, I clean everything in the house. I watch the kids when they want me to. I was like, I deserve a snack. I don't see why I can't snack on something. The kids do, but I'm not allowed to. So I grabbed some cookies and I put them in my hand. And, Kathy's gone. She's doing errands. My dad's at work. And she walks in right as I'm putting one in my mouth. I chew it really fast and I turn around, hoping she doesn't see me. And then she barges up to me, grabs my hair, I drop the cookies that are in my hand, and she swings my hair and head, and I hit the wall. She fucking takes an Oreo, shoves it in my mouth. I try and push her away and run. She grabs my hair, slams me on the ground, and shoves that cookie so far down my throat. I'm choking on an Oreo. And it's the most horrible feeling. It's just that point in life, I just wanted to run away, man. I don't want to be there. That reminds me of a time in Indiana. My cousin, um, Kayla, she came to visit um, with her mom and her mom's boyfriend and her brother. Um, her mom was the same as my dad. She had anger issues and she took it out on Kayla and her brother, I think. All I remember is her hitting Kayla. But yeah, she would hit Kayla, and we devised a plan at school because she was living with us at the time for I don't know how long, but we went to school together, and I was like, man, I'm just so sick of this shit. I don't know if I said the exact words, but it's sort of like that. And she said, yeah, same actually. Like, why don't we just pack up our stuff and go somewhere? Because I don't think they would miss us at all. And she's like, you're right. When we get home, let's pack up our stuff and then we'll leave the same night. And I was like, okay. I don't know how we were caught or whatever, but someone told either it was Kayla or her brother or one of my siblings. But we were we were called into the living room. Luckily, I changed my mind and I unpacked because I was afraid that we were gonna get caught. Of course. So they searched our rooms and they found Kayla's bag packed and mine was not. So I didn't get in trouble. But Kayla got in trouble and her mom, of course, taught her a lesson and beat her like she shouldn't have. um, Kayla was like later that day. She was like, "What happened? I thought you were leaving too." I'm like, "I was, but I freaked. I panicked. I was too afraid to pack my bag. Like my siblings are still here. I'm afraid that if I leave, they're going to go on to them." And plus I'd miss them, my siblings. Even though they're spoiled brats, they're only how they are raised, which are spoiled. As much as I love them so. Um, yeah, I remember so little about Ohio. I feel like it's because I was beat so much then in that one house. Like one time, I remember I was carrying laundry down the stairs and I tripped over something and I fell down the stairs. And my dad's my dad walked in and he did that a lip thing and he was like, "You stupid." I don't know what he called me, but Kathy hurries up and picks up laundry. She's like, it's okay, everything's fine." But my dad didn't take it. He ripped, he like yanked my arm, and he fucking, I think he choked me actually. Yeah, he was choking the life out of me. And Kathy intervened, and she pushed him away. And my dad um, pushed Kathy, or he hit her or something. I can't remember vividly, but I remember some of the beatings. And as I was trying to run away, like out the door, he tackles me and he starts punching me in the back, like full on punches. And I'm just screaming in horror. And just, I feel like that's why I have back problems today, is because he punched me so hard. Like I was a fucking human punching bag. It was ridiculous. I can't believe I went through that. It's like in that moment, it's like being in a movie and you're watching it from above. Like, what is it called? I can't think when I'm thinking about stuff like this. um, God, I swear this is on Supernatural all the time, and I literally just finished the series. But yeah, it was fucked up. Like, why do I have to go through this? I would never do that to my child. As much as I have anger issues now, I know exactly how to handle my anger and emotions, and I know not to hit someone when I'm angered unless, they're asking for it. Like it's an actual duel between two people. Like I'm not just gonna surprise attack someone. But that happened in Ohio. And then this is not about beating, but but there is this art class, and it's not like in the building of the school I went to. It was kind of like a whole other separate building that was there. It was like a shed, I think, and there was tables of two. It was like the long tables, and there'd be like person, and you know how tables are. Um, everyone got something for free. I think it was a bookmark or something, and it was really windy that day, so we had to be really careful. And like people are being blown like so hard. That sounds so wrong, but like the wind was like so rough. Like people are actually being like pushed, and so we thought there was like a tornado. I think there was a tornado warning, so everybody had to go back into the school. And I wanted that bookmark, so I went inside to ask the teacher. She's like, "What are you doing out here? It's dangerous." That's it. Go to the principal's office right now. And I'm like, I just wanted the bookmark. Everybody else got one. I don't know why I did that exactly. It was such a goof. God. Um, but yeah, that was just one incident at school that I remember. I can't remember much from that school. I just know it was like, it seemed so vivid and depressing going there. I can't remember where my siblings were. Uh, so yeah, that is the first part of my life story. I will continue this tomorrow with more about my sad, depressing childhood. Thank you for listening. Hopefully, it wasn't too hard to listen to, triggers and all. All right, bye.